Hey everyone, welcome back to Global Bike Buzz, the go-to channel for in-depth, no-fluff motorcycle reviews from around the globe. Today, we're digging into the return of a true street legend at the 2026 Suzuki GSF 1200. That's right, the Bandit is back, and Suzuki has given it the kind of update that stays loyal to its raw muscle bike character while injecting a healthy dose of modern tech, performance, and refinement. If you're a fan of big displacement naked bikes, or if you just want to know whether this reimagined beast is worth your money in 2026, you're in the right place. Now let's talk about what you first notice at the stance. The GSF 1200 has always had a brawny, street fighter-inspired silhouette, and the 2026 model keeps that DNA alive. From the front, there's no mistaking its aggressive, retro-modern character. Suzuki has gone with a round LED headlamp that blends old-school aesthetics with modern lighting tech. It's flanked by sleek LED turn indicators, and there's a subtle fly screen above the headlamp that adds to the muscular front profile without going overboard. The forks are chunky, inverted units finished in black with brushed metal highlights, and they sit inside wide, aggressive triple clamps. Even at a standstill, the bike looks like it's ready to rip the tarmac. Looking at it from the side, the 2026 Bandit screams muscle. The fuel tank has been reshaped slightly compared to older generations. It now holds a bit more fuel, around 20 liters, and features deep knee recesses that make it feel like a true rider's machine. The tank flows into a sculpted, step-up seat that offers excellent support both for the rider and the pillion. You'll also notice a fresh mix of materials: a brushed metal on the side panels, matte black engine casings, and a new high-quality textured seat that speaks volumes about Suzuki's attention to rider comfort this time around. The double cradle steel frame is exposed in parts, giving it a raw, mechanical appeal. The exhaust system is a large, upswept stainless steel canister with just the right amount of visual heft. And yes, it sounds just as mean as it looks. More on that in a bit. From the rear, the bike maintains a clean, purposeful finish. The tail section is minimal but still provides functional grab handles for the pillion. The LED taillight is sleek and horizontally placed under the lip of the tail, while the turn indicators are spaced just right, avoiding that bulky look many naked bikes tend to have. The rear tire hugger is mounted neatly, and the chain guard and swing arm showcase the kind of solid build quality we expect in this segment. The wide rear tire at 180 section radial fills out the back end beautifully, giving the Bandit that planted, aggressive street fighter posture we all love. Underneath all that muscle, the 2026 GSF 1200 packs a serious punch. At its core is the tried-and-tested 1157cc, oil-cooled inline-four engine, an evolution of the legendary power plant that made the original Bandit such a cult favorite. Suzuki has refined the internals for better thermal management, reduced friction losses, and slightly better fuel efficiency, but they've stayed true to the mechanical character. This engine still revs like a dream and pulls like a freight train. You're looking at around 100 horsepower at 8,500 revolutions per minute and a massive 93 Nm of torque, kicking in as low as 6,500 revolutions per minute. But it's not just the numbers, it's the delivery that matters. This bike surges forward with a meaty, linear torque curve that makes highway pulls effortless and city riding surprisingly manageable. The throttle response is crisp, thanks to the updated ride-by-wire system, and Suzuki has added a basic rider aid suite for 2026. You now get switchable traction control with 3 levels, dual-channel ABS, and a low RPM assist feature that prevents stalls during slow-speed maneuvering. There's no ride modes or fancy TFT here. The Bandit stays old-school with a twin-pod semi-digital cluster that combines analog dials with a central LCD readout for gear position, fuel, trip meters, and traction settings. And honestly, it works. It fits the character of the bike, a raw, straightforward, no nonsense. On the road, this machine is a blast. Twist the throttle and the Bandit comes alive with a deep, throaty exhaust note that's music to any rider who appreciates the soul of an inline-four. The mid-range is where this bike shines. Overtaking at highway speeds is instant, and the 6th gear is tall enough to cruise comfortably all day long. The gearbox is smooth and precise, and the clutch is now a slipper assist unit, making downshift smoother during aggressive riding. Handling-wise, the GSF 1200 has always been more of a straight-line bruiser than a tight corner carver, but Suzuki has made some chassis tweaks for 2026. The updated suspension offers better damping control, with preload adjustability at both ends. The front 43mm USD forks and rear monoshock now provide more confidence when leaning in, and the frame stiffness has been optimized to reduce flex under hard braking and acceleration. Cornering feels more stable than ever, though you still feel the bike's weight when really pushing it. That said, this isn't a lightweight supersport, it's a mature street machine that delivers confidence, comfort, and a dose of raw fun. Braking is handled by dual 310mm discs up front with Nissan 4-piston calipers, and a 240mm disc at the rear. The bite is strong, the feedback is decent, and the ABS system is unobtrusive in most riding scenarios. The riding ergonomics strike a good balance between sporty and relaxed. You're slightly leaned forward, but not aggressively so. The handlebar is wide and offers good leverage, while the foot pegs are set just rearward enough to give you control without folding you in half. Long-distance riders will appreciate the comfortable saddle and refined engine even at high speeds. Vibration is minimal, and wind buffeting is manageable with the optional touring screen. Now let's talk pricing. Suzuki has placed the 2026 GSF 1200 strategically to take on both retro-inspired muscle bikes and modern naked street fighters. In the US, pricing starts around $10,999, which puts it up against the likes of the Yamaha XSR 900 and Kawasaki Z900. In markets like India or Europe, expect the Bandit to sit in the premium mid-weight category with a price tag equivalent to a superscript 19.5 to a superscript 111 lock, depending on import taxes and specs. For that price, you're getting a tried and true inline-four engine, modern rider aids, high-quality components, and a bike that feels just as at home on a Sunday twisty ride as it does on a long highway trip. This 2026 update doesn't try to reinvent the wheel, and that's exactly why it works. The GSF 1200 has always been a rider's bike. No unnecessary electronics, no overcomplication, just torque, muscle, and a bike that responds to every input with honesty. It's not the fastest or the flashiest in its class, but it's one of the most soulful. It's a motorcycle for people who ride because they love riding, not because they want to impress Instagram. As we wrap things up, it's clear that the 2026 Suzuki GSF 1200 has managed to walk the tightrope between nostalgia and modern performance. Whether you're a longtime Bandit fan or someone new to the world of big-bore nakeds, this bike offers an intoxicating mix of character, power, and everyday usability. It's a reminder of how motorcycles used to feel raw, connected, and mechanical, but with just enough modern touches to stay relevant today. Thanks for riding with us today here on Global Bike Buzz. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Suzuki GSF 1200, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and smash that bell icon so you never miss out on the latest reviews and ride tests. Got questions about the new Bandit?